43. So hopefully they'll get cheaper. But for right now, I'm still not too eager to purchase any of those fields. However, we may get to the point where I just say, oh, to heck with it. I need the income, I want the fields. Anyway. So, we have... I think I noticed we're halfway through this field already, so that's good. Not sure how much they're paying. Are you going to keep going? Yeah, 15,000 total income from these three. So, not great, but hey, it's nothing to be sniffed at. We could do a silage contract. Ooh, flat tractor. But worry about that maybe next time. As we said, weather is sunny all day today. Actually sunny into tomorrow. Ooh. But it reckons that it's going to rain sometime tomorrow. So it may rain in the evening. However, looking at this, we're not in too much hurry to get this done all today. Obviously, I think it's good if we do. I might do the baling contract tomorrow, which means I might do it off camera. We'll see how things go this week. Obviously, actually tomorrow evening we don't have church tomorrow evening. We're having the harvest dinner. So they don't do an evening service typically when they have food at lunchtime, because the people who prepare the food and clean up after the food just, yeah, it's sort of, they finish that and they're straight into the evening service. It's not fair on them, so we let them have the evening off. So everybody gets the evening off. I'll probably have to come home and lie down in the afternoon anyway, because
I like my gloves.
Oh.
Hi.
I am finding with my back I'm now having to lie down far more frequently just to get the weight off it. I do know, okay, so this texture is not getting destroyed with my big giant wheels. Normally, with the crop destruction and a lot of other things going on, you'll have seen when I was driving over the maize stubble, it gets it raised by my big giant wheels. Also, weeds, I can just drive over weeds and weeds will get killed because big giant wheels. But this stubble is not getting destroyed by crop destruction. Maybe next time I see Cavalier Roy, I'll mention it to him. I mean, I don't want him one way or the other. I'm just going over here and I'm going to crush this field. It's more a case of it's a little bit inconsistent. Hi.
Look at my new shoes.
Oh, you have new shoes too.
Look at.
Oh, fluffy.
Yeah.
Nice. Anyway, I guess we'll get this contract done. As I said, we're halfway through. We were halfway through. We're probably a little bit further now. Keep going. Thank you. What's that? Oh, that's sell price of stuff. We're 2/3 of the way through. Okay, that's good. So definitely get this contract done. I may get us over to the next field and start on it. And then we'll call it think. At least we'll have a little bit more money in the bank. I'm kind of hoping I can get all these jobs done and we can be into September, because obviously the first job in September is to sell all of our grass silage, and there's about 500,000 litres. Now we do have a bigger cart and this big tractor to haul it in, so it's not like it's going to take me 50 trips with a 20,000 litre cart. We now have 50,000 litres, so potentially I'm going to say probably about 15 trips and we're done selling our silage, at least the grass silage. So that's not too bad. Plus, yeah, the sell point for silage is sort of over there somewhere, where that low row of trees is along the edge of the road. So I do like the edge of this map. That looks so much more realistic than Maple did. Admittedly, we're not in the last field on the map, but that's a good site. Plus, I mean, looking the other way, get this started on this a triangle. Oh dear, how sad. If I look that way, there's that castle on the hill. That is really impressive, and you can't get there. But it does provide some atmosphere. So yeah, I think he did the cereal crops, so wheat, oats, barley, all got a new texture. The production's got a serious overhaul. So long as you use the Glenleathann productions and not the base game productions. And I don't think he's reworked the Platinum expansion productions, because I don't think you're allowed to. Although I was surprised to see someone had done... Oh, on King Mods there is a seeder or a harvester for the new crops, and Giants really don't like those. The point, I mean, yes, in order to have carrots on your map, you have to have the expansion. You have to own the expansion and have it enabled on a map, but they typically don't let you do harvesters or planters for new crops. Anything that's introduced as new technology in a DLC tends to be off limits to modders. So I think examples I usually say are things like the Kern Baler wrapper that we got in Farm Sim 17. I know some people tried to do a baler wrapper in John Deere colours. Nope, not allowed to do that. That is proprietary functionality that was included in paid-for DLC in Farm Sim 17. Similarly with what was it? Sugarcane. Planters and harvesters. You can enable sugarcane on your map, but you can't, and sell points for sugarcane. What you can't do is have modded harvesters and planters for the new crops. So you can't, you have to use the in-game stuff. We've had baler wrappers with the Kverneland DLC in Farm Sim 19. We got the fast bale. Not allowed to include that technology on mods for Farm Sim 19. However, you can on 22 because it's now established functionality, not paid for DLC functionality. So that's kind of how things work. So I'm surprised people are getting away with producing carrot seeders or carrot harvesters, and by extension red beets and parsnips. Now the thing is with carrots is because people were already adding carrots to maps and already had usually carrots and onions were added. I remember, some of the maps back in FarmSim 19 had carrots and onions as optional crops. And if so obviously you needed planters for those, so the people who created the crops created the planters, created the harvesters. And Giants can't really say, hey, we've just added carrots officially to the game, so all you people that have mods for carrots, harvesters and planters have to remove them. That's kind of difficult. That's a difficult situation to be in. But also Giants seems to, since Giants are no longer partnered with Focus Interactive for publishing, they're self-publishing FarmSim now. They seem to be a little bit more lenient with what they allow. Not a lot, but a little bit more. So we might get to see carrot and parsnip and red beet planters and harvesters that are mods. I think it was a carrot harvester with a storage tank, so you could actually let it loose on a worker and not have to babysit it.
Look at, I have them on.
Oh. What's Mummy doing?
Sleeping.
Oh. So I guess we'll see how things work out.
That's the one day after my birthday.
Oh. Except actually, because I'm playing 4 days in a month, that's week 3.
Oh.
So that would be 15 to 21 of August.
So I'll be 21 years old?
No. That would be August 15th to August 21st, and then August 4 would be the 4th week in October. August. My tractor needs fixed. Oh. Contract on field is 90%. Okay. We'll get this done, and I guess I'm going to drive back to the yard and get the tractor fixed. And we'll take a look how much this actually costs. Probably going to be down about 69% or something like that.
It looks like the water's right here.
But the Valtra costs 3,000 to fix, and this thing is nowhere near that, which is why I'm not putting the Valtra out on general work, because I need the reverse drive. I don't want to waste its capabilities. Now, eventually, what I might do is, when we have a lot of money and a lot of grass fields, I might get self-propelled mower, which means the Valtra isn't quite so badly needed for mowing, and we might be able to go with the Valtra N and reverse drive just for doing the thing, rowing. Because that row we have is also reverse drive. Stick it on the back, 3-point. How am I doing?
church shoes. Oh yeah.
Okay, let's put that back on cruise. Let's see how we're doing here. We are at 96%, and it's probably going to be a couple of rows yet. I mean, it doesn't really matter if I have to go back to the yard. Both of the other fields were way over the other side of the map. While it might save, I could do it as a loop and go from here to the next one to the next one. We do need to fix the tractor. Technically, it doesn't matter too much. I was of the opinion, and it might have been true at one point, that the first 30% is always repaired at the same price per percent. However, a recent test by Disturb Simulations basically said no, it costs more every percent that it goes up. So 69 is going to cost you a little bit more than 70 per percentage point. So 69, you've got 31 percentage points to fix. It's 31 times a higher number than at 70%, 30 times a slightly lesser number, 29% times an even lesser number. So it does behoove you to repair your tractors frequently. Going down to 50%, it's going to be seriously noticeable. It's not 50% is probably double what 70% is, although it's only 20% further damaged. So if you want to keep things cheap, repair often. And since this tractor is now at 51 hours, yay, it has capped out on its wear rate, so it will never wear out faster. But still, it's I guess we're done. Okay then, we'll lift that up and fold it, and we'll drive back over here. And it's now 3 o'clock in the afternoon game time, and just after 12 o'clock, probably time to consider lunch. I have no idea what I'm having for lunch today. Okay, let's get paid. Phone the guy up. Hey dude, finished your contract. Okay, there's the money. Wired it to your account. Yay. So 35,000. We are going to be down to just over 30,000 after fixing this tractor. Okay. So I can see this field up on our right is the one we just planted with grass, so that's good. Oh, we also have to polish off the rolling the edges, the corners of that field. So, not going to get any richer in the intervening time before Thursday. Well, I might get £10,000 richer by finishing off those 2 contracts. Okay, Claas Axiom. See, it's only 2,100, so it's a little over double what the Renault costs us. There's the Renault. So let's have a look at this field state. Need to turn the grass back on. And needs rolled. And so this is very nicely covered. It missed a little bit there, but these corners not being rolled, and I will go out and roll them just because. Let's turn the engine on. Let's turn turn off the thing, and we will run this down the field. So not very heavy tractor. I don't think it's a very heavy tractor. Might be a heavy tractor. I don't know. Anyway, we'll get down to the end. I'll back it up into the corner and roll each of the 5 corners on this field. Hello. Open. Actually, I'm not sure. I think this is not going to get all of it. I should have driven towards the corner, I guess. Anyway, let's do this. Lower. Okay, I think there is a tiny bit there I missed and a tiny bit there I missed. Nah. Okay, OCD Sana says, in this one situation, I don't mind too much. Race over to this edge and get that lowered. Oh, wait for it. Again, I'll see if I can manage to clip this off. I potentially missed a very small bit on the outside, but I think we covered all of that. Raise it up, and yes, that was a good result. Again, we will lower it there. So this is, yeah, as I said, this is the problem with doing rounded corners. The equipment does not work its way into the edge of the field, but it also doesn't have issues with the hedges. It's typically the hedges, and I think, and the trees on this edge that the equipment just does not like. Cavalier Roy changed it so that the hedges do have collisions, and that is obviously an issue. There were a lot of changes between the various releases of Maypole and this map. Maypole originally, you could drive through a hedge at any point. The problem was it was causing problems if you chop down one of those sticks or one of those posts in the hedge. It would make the hedge disappear. And the problem was if the posts didn't have collisions, the posts would fall through the map and create lag issues with them being sort of still plottable objects, but 300 feet below you. So he made the posts collision, but the hedges not. So I could line up like this and drive through the hedge, but the posts would stop me, and that was causing problems with workers because the workers were never sure if they could drive through the hedge or not, and would generally get wrapped around the posts a lot. So, another issue. So on this map we now have collisions on all the hedges, which means the workers work fairly well. Courseplay workers seem to have a little bit of a problem. So we kind of have to work around that. It's interesting. For some reason, maybe because I don't have it selected, and oh, I crashed. There we go. Okay, let's try and get this back to the yard. So we are done with. I think I'm completely done with all of the reno tasks for this month. I have 2 more fields to cultivate. But the reno is good and done. We have to fertilise the 2 grass fields, but we can't do that. Well, we can do that, but we're not going to do that until there's grass in evidence. Interesting change of grass texture there for some reason. Okay, we will drop off the thing. I think this probably can go sit in the shed. How's the fuel level? The fuel levels are fine. So, I'll park this up. We did fix the Claas. So, turn that off. Close that door. We can close that door. Yes. Okay. So, that's all good. I will turn off the grass, back that out. So we have to do 96, which is there, to there, and 71, which is there. Straight down to the end, and then back in at that end. Okay, so let's go for a drive. It's 10 after 12. So, we shall call it at this point. We have 2 silos of stuff fermenting. If I want to do, I could plant barley and other crops like that, but that will create whole crop silage, which is a lower yield than maize silage, but a higher value than both maize and grass. Maize and grass value about the same. But I could start thinking about planting barley and other stuff and then just forage it later. It would diverse our crops a little. But, and then if we get to fall and there's a cheap harvester for sale or something like that, I could buy a harvester and harvest the crop. The problem at the moment, obviously, is we do not have 3 bunkers for silage, and we would need 3 in order to be able to do all of the to do the 3 types of silage, which is why I've held off doing it so far. 70,000 to add a silage bunker. So it's not. This is our. So it's something I can look at doing sometime. But new silage bunker will cost 70,000. But for now, I think. Yes, it did unfold. Thank you. Let's go. For now, we will get on and cultivate this and the other field. It will be August 4, and I think I will probably skip through till September 1 for Thursday's episode. For right now, I'm going to wish you all a good week. Have a good weekend, and I'm out of here. Have fun, everybody.